So the next part of our agenda is install VS Code. So VS Code is IDE. Okay, IDE means you uh, have to write some code, right? So we'll be using VS Code. So you may have heard about Eclipse, correct? Or IntelliJ, IDEA. Those things you must have heard about it, right? In the same way, you have VS Code also. Okay, so you can simply Google. Let's Google how to install it and do it with me. If you don't have in your system, do it right now. So let's search VS Code, Visual Studio Code. So if I click here, I can download it and I can install in my system. Okay. Or download it for Mac OS if you're using Mac OS. If you're using Linux, then you have to download it here. For Windows, you can click here, stable version. Right? So you can install Visual Studio. It will be easier for you uh, to use VS Code. Don't worry. And I'll explain how to use it. Right. So do it right now. Install it. So you will be able to see something like this. Once you open VS Code, it will look like this. Okay, you'll see welcome page and all. We'll talk about how to write the program and all, right? But before that, let's understand, as I talked about learning HTML part, how to learn these things. We will talk about this as of now. Thing is, W3 schools, I'll give this in the chat window also. So W3 schools has these chapters. Right? So start with this HTML home and there will be some theory, about HTML introduction part. So chapter by chapter you have to learn, right? And don't mug it, understand it. Okay? Understand it, why it is like that. So for example, this one, right? So theoretically you will learn like what it is, right? Thing is, HTML is for user interface. Okay. So the UI which you see in the website or the browser, right? It is designed through HTML only. And the code is like this. HTML works with tags. Okay? This is called tag. HTML is the tag, head is the tag, title is the tag, TAG, tag. So HTML starts with the HTML. HTML document starts with the HTML, ends with the HTML. So this is the start and this is the end. Okay. So let me write an HTML code. You should install Notepad++ also. Okay, guys, if you don't have, you should install Notepad++. Okay. So Notepad++, you can get it again. Let's Google it. Notepad++ download. So this is the official website. You can get the latest Notepad++. This is good for the editing. It's same as Notepad. It's an advanced version of Notepad. Okay. So HTML code is very simple. You start with HTML and you end with the HTML. HTML, right? And in Notepad++, actually you can select language also. So I can say HTML here. Okay. Now in HTML, there are tags, starting tag, end tag. So this is called root or the parent tag. Then you have, let's say, head. Head is related to headers and end with also head. And then you have body. Body is the real part of your website, content of your website. Okay. So let's assume that I want to create text box, right? Or I want to display something. So with this example, basically what they are doing is they have HTML started, ending, head. Head has title. Title means the title of the website. So I'm copying this. I am putting it here. Let's say. So title is basically any website has title, right? So for example, this has title downloads notepad. If you see here, this is the title. Okay. Every website has some title. This has title. If you hover over it, it's showing me sign up for a free something like this. So we will give our own title. So we will say uh, learning HTML. Okay, today. Okay, and in the body part, let's say I want to create. I want to write something, right? So to write simple text, you can use header or the paragraph. Okay. So I'm copying this. You have to learn it chapter by chapter. You will learn it. This is very simple example as of now. So header, what H1 tag does it's like heading um, pattern one, right? There are H1, H2, H3. You can use it. Paragraph is simple text. Okay. So I will say H1 my first HTML code. So whatever you will write in between H1 start and end, it will, print as it is in the website. Paragraph is also same. So testology. Testology is helping you to learn new things. Something like this I'm writing. And we will save this. We will save it somewhere. Okay. Save it somewhere in your system. So we are saving this now, and it's better you do it like in this way. Just select all types and say here, let's say practice one.html. Okay, so the HTML code will be saved with .html. So I'll save this now, and this is not now saved there, right, in a particular location. Okay, so I'll open that location now, and we'll see what kind of file it is showing to us. So we have saved it here, and if I double click here, see here it's opening like this. My first HTML code. This is your heading. Testology is helping me to learn new things, and this is the title. Okay, we did it like this. And if we want to change something here, you can change it, and that will be reflected there. So if I'll say HTML, CSS, JS is your title. This is my HTML code. Edited testology is going to help me to learn. And if I'll save this, and if I go back here and I will say refresh, see here the changes you are able to see, and this is your title is changed now. HTML, CSS, JS is your title now. So this is how you will learn it, but do it on your own system. Don't just see it, okay, it works like this, it works like this. If you click on try it yourself, it will show you that if this is the code, this will be the output, right? If this is the code at the left hand side, the output will be like this, right? So this is the way you learn HTML basic things, right? And do it thoroughly, at least um, till SVG, this part, HTML SVG, right? And do your own practice. You create your own website, your own kind of profile, let's say, where your picture is there, some videos are there if you want to put, right? Think in that way. Make your own websites. Okay. Coming back to this. In the Visual Studio, we'll talk about it tomorrow, that how to set up the project, how to practice on the HTML side, right? How to make your first program in that. We'll talk about it. Okay. I am checking some questions if somebody has asked. Yeah. If you are facing some issue on the Visual Studio Code, check it. What is the alternate to the VS Code to make JavaScript code or HTML code? You will get it. Just Google it. Alternate to VS Code, you will get it. But this is the best if you want to use it as of now. It's good. Sublime is good. Yes. So what we learned today, what we have done today is we talked about the course. I'll again show this. We are going to cover first JavaScript part. We'll do basic programming, data types, variable, loops, array, function, string, JSON, file handling, some data structure part, object-oriented concept. Once we will done with the JavaScript, then we will learn Cypress automation, and I will show probably tomorrow or day after tomorrow, like how Cypress code looks like, so that you will get a feel that okay, how it is, whether it is looking simple or difficult, you'll be able to have, have a look and feel of Cypress also.